Some of y'all have brought people into your homes, into your circles, have shared things with people who were supposed to be your fucking enemy the whole time, bro. And they have given you signs. They have showed you that they weren't for you. And guess what you've done?
I want to say something. A prize, motherfucker.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. What's going on, everybody? As we all know, mental health is a huge piece for me. And recently, as I become a better version of myself, I've decided that it's time for me to go to therapy because I understand how life can be a little overwhelming and we all need help navigating through the trenches of military service in and out of uniform. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. First, all you got to do is go to their site. Matter of fact, you can use my link right here. Answer a few questions and BetterHelp will match you with a professional who has years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours. You can do it all from your phone or computer via phone call or video chat or messaging, however you feel most comfortable. It's the easiest possible way to start talking to a therapist. You will be matched to a therapist usually within 48 hours so you can get started fast. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you all from the comfort of your home. Visit betterhelp.com/MeechSpeaks and enjoy a special discount on your first month. What's going on, everybody? It's that ordinary podcaster with the extraordinary thoughts that tells you to stop being great and be extraordinary. I'm Demetrius Thathan, also known as Meech Speaks, and welcome back to another episode of the Talkin Crazy Podcast. Now, before we get started with this podcast, don't forget to head on over to your favorite streaming platform, whether that's Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts, and leave this podcast an honest review because this podcast deserves to grow just as much as we do. Now, I ain't even about to lie to you. My blood is boiling. My blood is boiling coming into this episode, man. And you know, honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and just say this shit now so that way everybody understands exactly where I stand on this side of the fence. All right. The Talkin Crazy Podcast, Meech Speaks. We are not affiliated, nor are we associated to Prey Deck. All right. That is not a thing. Okay. We are no longer affiliated or associated to Prey Deck. I have already reached out to them to have all my shit pulled off their fucking site. Okay? We do not stand with pedophiles. We do not support pedophiles. We don't do any of that weird shit over here. All right? And when I say that, I'm going to just say this right now, man, because I had heard something, earlier this week because they got pulled off the mic. And I was like, damn, man, like, what the hell they get pulled off the mic for? Like, why the hell is you know what I mean? But I couldn't find any information. Plus, I'm a recruiter, man. So once again, I can only give out so much of my time. And I'm scrolling on Instagram, and next thing you know, I see Dakota Meyer talking about Parade Day, and I'm like, wait a minute. So now I'm looking at it. And when I found out, like, the creator was a convicted pedophile, I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. And I'm going to just say this, man. I ain't even about to lie. This shit low-key make you emotional, bro, because it's just disturbing. You know what I mean? Like, it's disgusting. Because I remember in 2023 being so excited to be brought out to Vegas, alongside them and to find this out, man. Like, I cannot stress this enough. We're not affiliated with them. All right. We don't stand with pedophiles. We don't support pedophiles. We don't do any of that weird shit. But something that stood out to me, and it was something I was just talking about. Like, I remember just having a conversation and just talking to him and would have never guessed it. Would have never guessed something like that, So friendly, so polite, gives off this impression of just being this good guy. And you honestly just don't know who the fuck you're talking to. You know what I mean? Like, you really do not know who the fuck you're talking to. And one thing that I have learned is that, some snakes, man, like, they do a great job of hiding. You know, like they do a great job of hiding, man. Like I'm having this whole conversation. I'm like, wow, he's such a good guy. Whole time he's a fucking monster. Whole fucking time. And, when I sit back, honestly, when we sit back, just recent events have really been pushing towards this episode. You feel me? Like recent events have really been pushing towards this episode. And as I reflect on this moment right here, I also think about, once again, and I ain't about to keep giving this too much spotlight. I ain't about to keep giving it too much spotlight, and I ain't about to keep talking about it. But I can never help but think about, once again, the Marine with the Charlie Kirk situation and how his close friends got leaked. You feel me? And I wonder, how those people in there made it into his close friends, like how those people made it into his inner circle. You feel me? Like, did he truly think that they were friends? Did they give off this impression? Were there any signs that these people, you feel me? Like these people were working against them? Was there any sign of that? And just honestly, if I really just sit back and just review the tape of this month, it's been very obvious of what I'm gonna eventually end up talking about, And one of my close friends, man, like one of my real close friends, he reached out to me and he said like, hey, like this would be a good episode for you to talk about, just the problems with expecting you from other people. And I said, you know what, man, like that piece right there has actually been on my mind, because I'm gonna just be completely honest with you. And once again, never speaking from my high horse. This your captain flying in from Experience Airlines. And I don't know who needs to hear this, okay? I don't know who needs to hear this, all right? But some of y'all have made friends with people that were supposed to be your fucking enemy, okay? Some of y'all have brought people into your homes, into your circles, have shared things with people who were supposed to be your fucking enemy the whole time, bro. And they have given you signs. They have showed you that they weren't for you. And guess what you've done? You ignored it. You fucking ignored it. You gave them the benefit of the doubt. You expected you out of them and wound up getting hurt. You thought that you were closer to somebody that was never even close to you to begin with. And when I came into this episode, man, I had the mindset of watch out for these people, shame on these people. But let's just go ahead and call a spade, because I feel like my episode's been a little bit more towards us recently. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this month out with another episode for us. And I'm going to lead it with some type of accountability, because at the end of the day, we got to do better with this. We got to do better with the people that we choose to work with, who we choose to collaborate with. We got to do better with the people that we choose to call our friends. We got to do better with the people that we bring into our fucking households, that we call, that we share shit with. We got to do better, because if we don't, I promise you, we going to keep getting fucking hurt. We going to keep getting betrayed. We going to keep getting let down. Because we doing the exact same thing and allowing all of this shit to come to us that was never supposed to be towards us in the first place. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. All right, so first things first, let's just talk about the expectation, okay? We expect us from other people, okay? And a lot of y'all, man, like when I say that we tend to expect us from other people, please hear me out, okay? Because some of us, we come from good homes. You know what I mean? And when I say good homes, I'm talking about good communities. I'm talking about we come from a background of just solid. Like you look up the history, we come from solid individuals. We ain't used to doing somebody wrong to get better, to be better than them. We don't do shit like that. We come from loyalty. We come from being authentic. We come from being real. We come from doing right by the other person because we want them to do right by us. You feel me? A lot of us come from a home where it's love thy neighbor. And the problem with this expectation, let me rephrase that. This problem with this mindset that it leads to this expectation. You feel me? That when you encounter somebody, that you think that they come from the exact same things that you come from. You think that because you came from a household of loyalty, because you came from a household of doing right, you came from a household of do unto others as you will want them to do to you, that others will follow it. And you would think that, but the reality is that's not always the case. You feel me? Like, that's not always the case. Some people come from a household where they fucking had to survive. And the way that they had to survive was fuck that person. You feel me? Some people came from a household where everybody around them, hey, it's fair game. Some people come from a household where it's like it's either you or me. And I don't give a fuck how long we've known each other. I don't give a fuck how close you think we are. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to take care of me. And the problem is that you ignore the signs. You ignore what it is because you're expecting you. You know that you wouldn't do that, so you expect other people to do that. And I need you to go ahead and just take that expectation and toss that out of the window. Toss that out of the window. Because I will tell you right now, the disappointment hurts more, right? Like the disappointment from people letting you down, not doing right by you, it hurts more because you projecting your values, you projecting your beliefs onto them, and that's not even what they subscribe to. You expecting them to be like you or to handle it like you or to do the right thing because you would. And when they don't, that's where the true disappointment comes from. Because a lot of times it ain't even the action that really fucking us up. It's the fact that you sit back and you say, damn, man, I wouldn't have done you like that. That's not how I would have did it. And that's great that you wouldn't do it like that. But the reality is that person, that's how he always was going to do it. And that's exactly how he's always going to continue to do it. So I would tell you, relinquish that expectation that you have over other people. Now, one thing that we got to talk about is what friendship actually really means, okay? And friendship, to be honest with you, man, it's a bond that two people share. You feel me? It's a bond that two people share, all right? And to be honest with you, I'm just go ahead and just say this, all right? Because I don't know who need to hear this, but you don't need a lot of fucking friends, all right? I remember my mama saying this to me when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like she used to say, everybody ain't your friend. Everybody don't have to be your friend. And as I gotten older, I've realized that everybody honestly does not have to be my friend. Everybody don't need to be my friend. You know what I mean? Like everybody don't need to actually be my friend. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and just say this, man, because I don't know who needs to hear this, but some people are honestly just fucking classmates, bro. They're just classmates. Some people honestly are just coworkers. Some of them are just acquaintances. Some of them are just associates. Some of them are just comrades. Some of them are just peers, bro. To be honest, they don't have to be your friend, okay? They don't have to be your friend. And I'm going to even do you one even better. To be honest with you, they don't even want to be your friend. They are very comfortable with just being exactly what they already have been assigned to be. They don't have to be your friend. And they probably don't even want to be. We open the door and tell coworkers to come in. We open the door and tell acquaintances, classmates, peers, comrades, cohorts, associates to come in to be our friend. Not realizing that this friendship, this bond that you are extending to everybody else is actually a fucking privilege that only a few people should have. Earlier, when I said my close friend reached out to me, that motherfucker, me and him is locked in. You see what I'm saying? Me and him is locked in. And that wasn't something that just was built like that. That took us time to get to. We were at an arm's distance with each other for a while before we finally let our guards down to have that conversation, to be able to share that. And we even moved into steps. And I will even say this, man, some of y'all be rushing these fucking friendships. It ain't your relationship that be fucking falling apart. It's your friendships too. Some of y'all be rushing into having friends the same way that you be trying to rush in and have a fucking relationship. You just met this person and you already sharing your traumas with them. You just met this person and you already telling them stuff that you should be taking to your fucking grave. You just met this person. And you giving them these things that are very near and dear to you. To be honest with you, when you really think about the idea of what friendship is, bro, like it's really a sacred thing. It's really a sacred thing. That's why it hurts so much when it's broken. Because for some of us, man, like some friendships, they last a lifetime. Some friendships, man, are deeper than blood. But that's not a bond for everybody. And I will even go on and say this, okay? The people that you follow on social media, can they become your friends in real life? Yes. But everybody that you follow on social media, that ain't your fucking friend. They are followers. Okay, that's what Instagram call them, followers. And it's okay. All right. I ain't trying to talk down to you when I say it. That's just what it is. All right. I'll tell you right now, Meech Speaks, he got 20,000 followers. You think I got 20,000 friends? Fuck no. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. No, sir. I got 3. I got 3. And I'm okay with that. I'll live and die by that. I know I'm coming into this scenario passionate, man, kind of raising my voice, but at the exact same time, I just need y'all to understand that betrayal, it really comes from the fact that we close our eyes and we open our hearts and these doors to our lives to people that were never meant to even be there. Just like what I said, some people are your classmates. That's okay. Some people are your teammates. That's okay. Some people are just your coworkers. You're going to see them motherfuckers at work. That's okay. Some people are just followers that you see on Instagram. That's okay. To be honest, some people were just meant to be your fucking enemy, not your friend. And that's okay. You do not have to make them your friends. And when you finally realize that, I promise you, you will stop feeling the betrayal when they don't live up to your expectation, when they choose to put themselves before you, when they don't meet you at the same space that you were willing to meet them. I promise you. Because they are playing the role that they were already meant to play. You giving these motherfuckers a promotion that they don't even rate. So now we already talked about the expectation. We've already talked about like the idea of friendship and the roles that other people will play in our lives. But here, man, and I'll be remiss if I didn't bring this up. But you also got to pay attention to just people that you have now allowed into your life, but ain't really living up to that friendship role. You feel me? Like those fake friends. And I would just tell you this right now. Them silent supporters that you got, them ain't real friends. You feel me? Like them silent supporters. Some of y'all got some silent supporters in y'all lives, man. Like, and I don't understand why you ain't cut these motherfuckers off yet. All right? You done overcame something that would have broke somebody and they ain't cheering for you. But as soon as you mess up, the criticism is loud. The disappointment is loud. You feel me? You got to pay attention to this. And when I tell you, I'm not telling you to be on the lookout. I'm telling you to open your fucking eyes and actually just see it, because it's very obvious. I had somebody in my life that never cheered for anything. He would always say shit like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. But as soon as I messed up, that motherfucker had every critique. I had to get him the fuck up out of here, because you ain't for me. You know them friends where they constantly are always agreeing to whatever you want to do, even when it's stupid. And I'm going to just be the first one to tell you, because I might be the most realest motherfucker in your life. Some of y'all make dumb decisions. Some of y'all lack accountability. And the reason why you continue to keep doing this type of stuff is because you surround yourself around people that are too afraid, or let me rephrase that, just honestly just do not care to actually tell you that you doing wrong, that this is stupid, that this is going to hurt you in the end, that this does not help you. I'm going to promise you right now, that person needs to get out of your life, because they will allow you to walk off a cliff. They will allow you to walk into traffic. They will allow you to sabotage your relationship. They will allow you to sabotage your career. Get the silent supporters and the people who refuse to hold you accountable out of your life. Get them out of there. And to be honest with you, the ones who gotta go first, all right, is the ones that are always competing with you. Now, I'm all about healthy competition. I'm all about that. You feel me? I'm always about, like, friends that compete with me to make me better. But I'll never be for a friend that's competing with me so he can be better. All right? And I'm gonna break that piece down. I'm all about, if we competing because you want to see the good in me and I want to see the good in you. You want to see the great in me and I want to see the great in you. But I will never compete with you because I solely want to be better than you. And some of y'all got friends like that in y'all lives. You feel me? They see you get a new car, but they can't stand the fact that you got something better than them. So they gonna go ahead and go get it. They will even go as far as sabotaging you. And when I mean sabotaging you, some of y'all got some people in y'all lives that'll withhold some information just because that information gives them the advantage. And you think that person your mans? You think that person care about you? Hell no. Hell no. That person, that's why he be so happy to see you fail. Because now he got one up above you. That's why he's so happy to see you slip, see you fall. It's because he now got something above you. They got to go first. But most importantly, as we come to a close to this episode, I will say this. All right. Here are some things that you need to start doing within your life. Okay. To ensure that you do not allow these type of people to come into your life. Let me rephrase that. These are some things that you need to do to ensure that you do not continue to allow these type of people in your life. First things first, stop expecting everything. Stop expecting you from other people. Allow people to be themselves. Okay? Allow them to be themselves. Also, I need you to reevaluate your circle. Okay? If your circle is big, then it better be big with a whole bunch of solid motherfuckers. But if it's not, I need it to get smaller. All right. Just like what I've said earlier in this episode, you do not need to have a lot of friends. OK, you honestly just need 3 solid people in your life. You probably just need 2 solid people in your life. Some of y'all just need 1 solid person in your life. And honestly, there's more value in that person than it would be in 10. And most importantly, sometimes you just got to love people from a distance. All right. Some people ain't got to be up under the wing. Some people ain't got to be in the house. Some people ain't got to be close to you. You can love them from a distance. But one of the biggest things that I just want everybody to do, especially as we come to a close to this episode and start to come to a close to this week, do me a favor, okay? I want you to sit with yourself. I want you to write down, or if you don't want to write it down, I just need you to think about the solid people that you have in your life. Me, I can name 2 right off my head. Schaefer and Peasy, okay? Easily. I know that they solid. I know that they fucking solid. I know that they got my best intentions at heart. I need you to sit with yourself and I want you to name the people who really have your best intentions, who really have your best interests, who actually do give a fuck about you. And for the ones that you cannot think of, they gotta go. They gotta go because they don't mean anything to you and you don't mean anything to them. And just like that, another extraordinary thought left this ordinary mind. I hope you enjoyed this episode half as much as I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to head on over to your favorite streaming platform, whether that's Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts, and leave this podcast an honest review because this podcast deserves to grow just as much as we do. Also, don't forget to head on over to TikTok or Instagram and follow me at Meech Speaks. That's right, Meech Speaks. Meech is spelled Meech. Stay motivated, stay healthy. I'm out.